Fine. So the minute there is someone which is, unmuted, immediately you will see a flashing light there and you can mute them. Fine. So let's start a very, very interesting topic. And I would like to congratulate Dr. Prithvi for choosing this topic for today, which is emotional quotient and how can we increase emotional quotient. Gone is the era when we believed that IQ was everything in life. And we all, as parents and teachers, work towards ensuring that the structure of intellect of the student is at a higher level. And later came a concept called emotional quotient. So it is very significant for us to understand what is emotional intelligence. Actually, it is just the ability to recognize and understand emotions because emotions are very important component of human life. And using this awareness to managing yourself as well as your relationships. So emotional intelligence is an important thing. But then what is the difference between
No, close the door. Bring a chair inside.
I will request our dear Benita to please take care. All right. Everybody, please keep yourself muted. Thank you very much. What is IQ? We know that IQ is nothing but your mental age and your actual age, which is your chronological age, the ratio of the two. And what is then EQ? And what does IQ do actually? It is just a value which indicates that how smart the person is, your ability to learn, to understand, to apply the information or the skills which you learn in your life. Then why do we say that EQ is better than IQ? Because it is very important in today's life for you to understand the emotions not only of others, but first of yourself and then of others, and then manage your emotions. Researchers have significantly proven that, if your EQ is high, you're more successful in life. In this picture, you see there is a huge iceberg, and we all are aware about the tragedy of Titanic. And that tragedy actually happened because the captain of the ship could only see the 10% of the mass which was floating on the sea. But 90% of it, which was hidden, was not noticed. Though he tried to bypass it, but he crashed the ship into the iceberg. So, my dear friends, the topic of today, chosen by your esteemed senior leadership team, is amazing. It is so significant for you as parents to know what is EQ and how can we develop EQ in our lovely children. Because 90% of it is actually not seen, but it impacts the total behavior of our children. So let us see this. I'm trying not to make it very technical, but it is very important for me to share that as human beings are social animals, it is very important to know who you are and what is the society around you. So you need to be aware about yourself and then you need to learn to manage yourself. Secondly, you need to be aware about the people around you and then your relationships are very significant. So the moment you understand all this, you're able to manage better. So right from the moment I have started, I've been talking about emotions, emotions, and emotions. So let's have some poll done. So what you will do is, Miss Benita, you will start up with the first poll. I'm going to put a question for all of you. The question will appear on the screen, and you need to choose the answer either yes or no. And it will be there only for a couple of seconds. And let us see, I want to know my audience better. So let us see what is your first question is, to clean my body, I take my body bath daily. Do I? Yes or no? Come on, it's your time. Your time starts now. All of you just either click on yes or no. All right. Benita, stop this question. Oh my goodness, we all take both body bath. That's lovely. I must congratulate this team up here that we all are so hygienic. And I know that COVID-19 has brought all of us so hygienic. Forget about our body bath, even our hands we are washing n number of times during the day. Let's take our second question now. Vinita is going to put another question on the screen, and come on, now you've understood what this polling is all about. So I would want you to immediately answer to our second question, and that is dealing with your emotions. So we understand that our body is significant. We need to keep our body clean, so we need to take the body bath. And our second question is that our emotions are very important. So do we take our emotional bath daily? Miss Vinita, can you pose a question to the audience?
Yes,
I can't see the question.
Yes, just give me a minute.
All right. Okay. While Miss Vinita is taking a minute, let me share with you all. Emotions are very important. And we have some very basic emotions. I know a little child can say today, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm angry, I'm surprised. And that is why in schools we even have happiness meters. We are all living in such a wonderful country where we have happiness street, we have happiness ministry, everything to do with happiness. So what is the significance of emotions are recognized by the leaders of this country. That is the value of our emotions. And today, the whole journey of 1 hour, we are going to only learn what are emotions, how can we help our children and ourselves to have strong emotional value. Ms. Vinita, if it is taking time, we'll proceed further. We'll take a second poll. Okay.
So should I present the question?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So you all need to immediately, again, there will be a question on the screen and you need to quickly take your choice. Again, you will have two options, yes or no. And the question is very clear. Yes, and it says to clean my emotions, do I take emotional bath daily? All right.
To clean my emotion, do I take emotional bath daily?
So let us be very honest to ourselves. Do we really take care of our emotions on the daily basis? I have Sanket saying no in the chat box. Yes, Sanket, I know a lot of us ignore it. Actually, we don't really know how to take the emotional bath. How to take a bath was taught to us by our grandparents and our parents, and traditionally it's been taught. But who has taught us how to take emotional bath? Very good. So we have about 56% of people who say in the audience that we are not taking care, whereas 100% of us are taking care. Vinita, you can stop the polling. Thank you very much for participating. And that makes the topic of today very significant for us, that we know that emotional bath is important, very significant, but we are yet not taking care. We need to take our emotional bath on the daily basis. Now, how do we do that and how does it help? So we are going to discuss this in the 4 lovely steps. Know yourself better, whoever you are. Self-awareness is the ability to perceive your emotions at the moment and understand your tendencies across the situations. It is good to understand yourself, the good and the bad, because how would you know that? So you need to ask yourself question, what am I feeling? And we need to teach this to our children. Lot many times the children come across and say, I'm feeling this. A significant other will snub it. Why are you feeling this? There's no reason for you to feel like this, except children when they express their emotions, especially in this unprecedented era where things around has changed totally. Why I am feeling it? Reflect on your behavior, know what triggers your behavior. Now, some of us starts to behave in a way which is just not acceptable. So how do we do that? We overreact to situations. We know that something happens and we start to slam the doors, start very angry, react to things, hold the grudges in our heart. And these are emotional breakdowns. And I'm sure that parents, all of us at once or twice have experienced this. Aristotle has said something beautiful. Anybody can become angry. All of us do. That is easy. But to be angry with the right person and to the right degree underlined and at the right time and for the right purpose and is in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. So we do understand anger is an emotion. And I'm sure parents would agree. Many a times we get angry on someone just because we were holding it and it erupted like a volcano. Somebody upsetted us, but we took it out on someone who had nothing to do with it. So at this point, let us understand that we all have the power within us to manage our emotions. I'll share a video with you and let us see this video about a jungle. We all have been to jungles, isn't it? And we all have seen variety of animals in the jungle. And each animal is different. So are we as human beings. And each one of us have our strengths and have our weaknesses. So let us enjoy this video and believe that if we choose, we can make a difference. So let's enjoy the video together. The life in jungle. Thank you very much for watching this video. So we do understand that we have a lion in us, and that lion we are going to talk about. So how do we do the self-management? It is very important. So a lot of us believe that it is all external. When we get angry, it is the situation outside. If we become sad, it is the situation outside. If we are happy, that is the situation outside. So that means our remote control is in the hand of people outside. And till the time we believe that, we feel we are incapacitated to make a change in our life because everything is in the hand of others. Because somebody say a bad word to me, I get upset. Somebody ridicule me in public, I get upset. Somebody doesn't listen to me, I get upset. So it's so genuine. But if we really want to change this, my dear parents, then we need to understand whether it is external or internal. And if it is external and we want to change it, that means there should be a situation where all the time in the world, only that would happen what I want. It should happen as many number of times, the frequency, everything should be as per my desire all the time. Is that possible? It is not. Then what can we do? Actually, we can do the self-management. It is basically a flexibility. It is the ability to adjust your thoughts, and your behavior to unfamiliar, unpredictable, or changing condition. Sounds very tough. ask yourself, are you being open-minded? Let all of us ask this question to ourselves. Am I focused on outcomes? Am I willing to put aside the need to be right? It is so important for all of us to be right. And many a times we mess up thoroughly with our emotions because we choose to be right. Am I willing to compromise principles or values? What do I do? Now, the point here is that I need to manage myself. And self management is very important. How do we do that? Before we proceed to that, let's understand. Today, I am gifting you these 5 tools. These 5 tools. And these are very, very important tools. And especially in this unprecedented era, my humble request to all of you is start using them today. They are very simple, they are very easy, they're within your reach, but you don't use them. And not only you use them, but you teach your lovely children to use them. Mindful meditation. What is this? Well, past anxieties are gone. They are the realities. Neither you can change it nor can I. Future is yet to come. Worries of future will keep you really into a very stressful state. To be in present. Why do we call it a present? Because it's a gift of God. Accept it. So mindful meditation is a time you spend in being in present. You know, there are about 40 to 50 thoughts every minute. You can understand the number of thoughts, the volume of thoughts into your mind, because the job of the mind is to think. And if you start doing mindful meditation, the number of thoughts start reducing. But nobody can say that they can attain a state of thoughtlessness, because that is only a dead mind. So if you are alive and if you're into mindful meditation, the frequency of thoughts, the power of thoughts are different. And that is what we're trying to achieve. So ensure that at least 10 minutes of the day, you live in present. And a very simple way to live in present. And that is a rule of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What? So 5 organs God has given all of us, which takes the information in. So the information goes in, and if you want yourself to be in present, the simple row, wherever you're sitting right now, let's do this exercise for a minute and you will learn it. Look around in your environment and name any 5 things which you can see. So everybody look around, any 5 things. Name in your mind this and this and this. Well, I can see a table, I can see my laptop, I can see a painting, I can see a sofa, I can see this huge light in front of me. Wonderful. So all of us have seen 5 things. Think about 4 things which you can touch. What can you touch? I can touch the mouse of my laptop. I can touch there is an extension wire. I can touch my laptop itself. I can touch myself. So 4 things which you can touch. Come on, everybody think about it. 3 things. Let's think about 3 things which you can hear. Listen to it. I can hear the fan. I can hear my own voice. I can hear a kind of a bird buzzing outside, or maybe it could be an air. All of us can hear. Think about those 3 things. 2 things. 2 things which you can taste. You can taste your own saliva. I just took a glass of water. I can taste water. What am I doing? What is this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, what? These are only the method to keep you in present, because you're searching 5 things to see, searching 4 things to touch, searching 3 things. That time, all other thoughts are full stop. We need to give our mind this rest. We don't think about it. See, even your computer, if you work 24/7, it will crash. We think about our laptops, we think about our iPads, we think about our mobile phones, but we don't think about ourselves because our thoughts don't stop when we sleep. They only become lower and lower. And then when we are into our deep sleep also, our subconscious mind is active. So the thoughts are there 24/7. So please, my dear parents, start doing this exercise. Enjoy the difference. Isn't it this easy? But when you do it 2 times a day, wonderful. You will see that your temper, losing your temper will disappear. It will just become so small. At Eduscan, we do free mindful meditation every morning, 6:30. Just 6:30 to 7, 30 minutes. Start your day with it. If you really get up, Miss Benita, you can share the link with all of them. Anybody can join. Totally free. This is my commitment to the community. And I think if I know something, I must give it to the community. That is the need of an hour. WHO has said that today, mental health is more significant than your physical health. So let us learn such techniques which are very, very important. So point number 1 is mindful meditation. And I hope you all have learned it. And if you still want to do it, just join for 21 days. Anything in psychology, we say that if you do it for 20 days, it becomes your habit. And then you can do it the way you want it. So we are talking about mindful meditation. 2, use healthy self-talk. We listen to others so much. Do we talk to ourselves? Stand in front of the mirror just for 5 minutes and tell yourself, I am God's masterpiece. Give yourself all the positive affirmations. I can do whatever I choose to do. I am powerful. I am strong. Give yourself positive affirmations. Believe it, it makes a difference. Believe on yourself is very important because whatever Napoleon Hill has rightly said, whatever you think and believe, it becomes your reality. And most of us live our life by focusing on what's not there than focusing on what's there. So let's start doing this. Keep a gratitude journal. This is my favorite. Believe it, in this age, I maintain my gratitude journal. Just take one book, any notebook, and write every day. Just 2 good things of the day which has happened. You can write it in the morning, you can write it in the afternoon, you can write it at the bedtime. Write your journal daily. What does it do? It keeps your mind in positivity. So we say positive thoughts, but the whole day we talk about number of deaths, school being closed, things not happening the way it should, and then we get so upset. Who will change that? I will change that. For whom? For myself, for my children, for my family, for my community. So come on, let's minimize the negative influences. Let's not listen to all the unwanted news and unwanted forwards on your WhatsApp and all kinds of negative messages regarding Corona. Read success stories, read positive books, articles, attend to motivational talks, and then see the difference. So this is about managing self. But another huge area is society. Because me as a human being exist in a society. So I have learned being aware about self and managing myself. Now, 2 very important components are social awareness and then managing relationships. So let us understand what is social awareness. Social awareness is the ability to recognize others' emotions, showing empathy, enables you to have a more positive relationship and minimizes the unproductive conflict. Believe it, learn to appreciate, admire, be grateful, be thankful. We forget about all these positive things, but when something goes wrong, we make it a point that we communicate, be it our children, be it our family, be it our friends. Does that happen to us? Can we change? Ask yourself, Am I listening? When people are talking, I'm into my own thoughts or I'm into my own work. I have a very selective listening. Did I ask question? Did I adjust my body language, facial expressions, tone of voice to meet others' needs? Do we do that? Do we really care for them for this level? Or don't we? So empathy is very, very important component. And I think a lot of us don't even know what is empathy. And social awareness certainly require empathizing. And empathy is the ability to see the world from another point of view and to identify and understand another situation, feeling, and motives. I'll give you this with an example. So this is the time which is very, very unprecedented time. And in this time, what happened? That everything around is changed, everything around is different. Now, what is different? The time is different. In the school, once we were talking about that, what happens around, don't use the screen time, reduce the screen time. Today, the school has got inside the screen. Where can we reduce the screen time? The things which were wrong has become right. Interacting what were right has become wrong. We were meeting people. We always said, human beings are social animals, but suddenly we said meeting others is just not allowed. So everything has changed. One person lost a job and he gave a call to his friend. You know what? At 11:30, I just received a message from my office and I'm extremely upset. I lost my job. I've been working for this company for past 12 years. And now you're the person at the other end. Say, boss, I understand that you lost your job. Look at the time, 11:30. Oh, my sincere apologies. I was very, very sad. I was looking to share with someone. Sorry, I'll speak to you later. He calls another friend. Another friend said, oh, you lost your job? That's really very, very sad. Very sad to know that you lost your job. But, right now I am very, very sleepy. I had a very hectic day. I will give you a call tomorrow and we will take it up from there on. This is second response. He calls another friend and he said, oh, I understand. I can understand what you're going through. It is sad that you lost your job. And I can feel, because I remember, a few days back when I lost my job, oh my God, it's a painful thing. And I know we have so many commitments for children, their fees, a home loan and whatnot. How would you feel? But anyway, tomorrow I will make sure that I'll pass by. This is sympathizing. This is also not empathy. But empathizing is that when somebody gives you that call, that moment, even if it is 11:30 in the night, you give your 100%. And empathy is not only undivided listening, feeling what the person is going through, but followed by a compassionate action. And then you say, how far are you? Can I just pass by you? Can I take you for a long drive? Can I help you? I can understand it could be, and literally going and supporting. That is what empathizing. Let's share a video and see, before we even get down to relationship management, I have sort of, created a kind of a summary of everything. So I will discuss my last point in a while, but I would want you to watch this video. And this video is about empathizing, understanding what is self-management, what is social management, what is social awareness, and social management. So how to increase your EQ. Let's enjoy the video.
How to increase emotional intelligence, head and heart theory. Intelligence quotient is always thought to be very significant regarding the success of life. We always thought if you're intelligent, you're more successful. Gone is the era. We now know to be successful in life, there's another concept, emotional quotient. Emotional quotient, what is it? That is for being people smart, the person who has interpersonal skills and intrapersonal skills at place is emotionally smart. What is the emotional intelligence? It's very important to understand the emotions of others. If you think negative, you behave negative. If you think positive, you behave positive. To be happy in life, it is important to know your goals and achieve them. Intelligence quotient is only 20% in your life, whereas 80% of your life success is because of emotional quotient. Self-motivation, persistence, impulse control, mood regulation and empathy, the head and the heart theory. If you are successful in life, that is certainly because of your emotion quotient. You may get good scores as a child, and that does not mean that you were high on EQ. It is only IQ. Knowledge about things is intelligence, but you have to know to be happy, emotional quotient should be high. Now the point here is, in life we have seen there are successful businessmen, billionaires, doctors, movie stars who had very high IQ and they were very successful. But if they have low EQ, they tend to commit suicide. You can go on Google and search about them. You will know, despite of highest level of IQ, the people who have low EQ, they cannot recognize their emotions. When they face difficulty, they end up committing suicide. Highest IQ is not only important thing, but highest EQ is very important to be successful, to be happy, to have good relationships, and to have good social life. So in life, IQ, EQ, both are important. Different types of human emotions have been studied by Quotient, and he says it's very important to know these emotions. Happiness, sadness, anger, fear, excitement, surprise, trust, and anticipation are 8 basic emotions which actually dictate our whole life. If we are feeling good, our behavior is good. If we feel bad, our behavior is bad. So our emotions have a great deal to play in the way we behave. So we need to understand how to control our emotions, because emotions are important. There are 4 big ideas given by Daniel Goleman, who has written a book on emotional intelligence. He talks about 4 ways you can increase your emotional intelligence. First, self-awareness. Know yourself better. Understand your strengths and understand your weaknesses and your limitations. The people who are aware about themselves, they know where their strengths are. They know what are the things where they face challenges. Emotional intelligence purely deal with people-people relationship. If you are happy, if you know your goal, you're bound to be successful in life. So it is very important to know your limitations. And if you know your limitations, that what you cannot do, you can work on it, and then you can make things better in your life. Because every problem, you can solve it if you know how. Second, self-management. Self-management means managing your emotions and handling your feelings. Let's study it by an example. There were 2 friends, Ram and Shyam. They wanted to write the exam for bank entrance, and they went to a coaching class, the most famous coaching class in the town, and it had good results. Anybody who would go to that class will always get admission for the bank jobs. Well, Shyam went to the teacher and said that I want to take admission in your coaching class. The teacher said, sorry, this batch is already full. What? This batch is full? I am ready to pay you any money you want, but I don't want to waste my time. I must get admission in this batch. Teacher said, sorry, you cannot, because people have already registered. He said, don't you know who I am? I can get your classes closed. Well, a moment later, Ram went to the teacher. When he went to the teacher, he said, "Teacher, I really have come with a great hope to join your classes. Can you please help me?" No, the teacher said, "Sorry, the batch is full." "Sir, I do understand the batch is full, but I've heard so much of appreciation about you. I really want to study from you. So you can keep down my number. Whenever there is a vacancy, can you call me back?" The teacher felt happy about it. And genuinely, when the student left, he called Ram and Ram got the admission in the same batch. You need to learn to manage your emotions. Unless you give respect, you do not get respect. Management of emotions is a very important thing. When you feel good, you behave good. When you behave good, others feel good about your behavior. Feelings in life are very, very significant. Ram could get what Shyam could not. What is the conclusion? That low EQ will bring more difficulties. High EQ leads to handling the complex life situation. You become more proactive, and high EQ people know that what they want to do and how to do that. But you need to cater to the feeling of others. If you do not respect others in your life, you will never be successful. Very important to understand how others are feeling. Third point, relationship management. Handling relationships, dealing with others. Others are very important in our life. First, an important law is law of reciprocation, where you reciprocate to people you love, you care. Life is nothing but give and receive. You give them and you receive it in turn. If you are into a relationship, you need to understand in people what are the benefits, what are the losses, what are the unique points, and you can be the leader and people will follow you. Social awareness, mastering the fundamental people skills. It is not only important to lead the people, but you need to understand others' emotions. More popular you will become, more sensitive you are to the need of others. Sympathy versus empathy cycle. To understand this cycle, I would like to share a story with you. If you are with a person in your life and that person wants to share with you a tragedy of his life. Amit lost a job and he came to you to say that, "Oh my friend, I'm so sad. Overnight I was sacked because of COVID-19. I have no job tomorrow." And you say, "Well, what can I do about it? That's your problem. You did not work very sincerely. Anyway, your company was useless." This is called antipathy. Antipathy is where you have 0% of EQ. Well, if Amit tells you about his problem and you say, "I understand that you have an issue, but I'm sorry, I'm busy. I have no time for you," that is called apathy. Apathy means that you have very low level of EQ. Sympathy is when you say, "I understand, Amit, you're going through a bad time because you've lost your job. It is understood that it is painful for you." This is called sympathy, and sympathy is also low level of EQ. What is empathy? Empathy is when you share the feeling of another person. You empathize with him. You say, "I understand you lost a job. It is very, very painful. Don't worry, Amit, come with me. Let's go for a long drive. Share what you're feeling. I want to put you into a comfort zone because you are a very good friend of mine." That is high EQ. When you connect to people, when you relate to people with high emotional quotient, when you empathize with you, your life is different. You are walking on the path of success. So you have to understand that at what level are you working currently. Daniel Goleman has written an amazing book on emotional intelligence in which he says why EQ is more important than IQ. I very strongly recommend this book and I would want that you work on your emotional intelligence improve it day by day to be successful in life. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to motivate you. Stay motivated, stay safe, stay fit. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. I'm happy that you all watched this video. And now we will be talking about something which is very close to me, and that is relationships. Because we know that nowadays news very clearly shows that the kind of number of suicides have gone high, number of divorce rates have gone very high world over, and even the child abuse have gone higher. So relationships are very important. When we talk about anything negative in life, it all is an outcome of your relationships with others. And resilience is one component which is very important. Resilience is the ability to bounce back. Negatives may come in life. Nobody can control that. But how strong are you? What is your power? How fast you can bounce back from the setbacks and the failures in life talks about your resilience. To find a silver lining and to see a hopeful future. Because everybody talks about the clouds are dark, the things are bad, the era is bad. The first aspect of resilience that we look at is gaining an accurate perspective. And for that, I would suggest that you ask yourself, what am I feeling? What do I want to feel? What do I need to feel that way? Why do I need to feel this way is very, very significant. I believe relationships are like bank account. You can never do the overdraft. Invest and you can always withdraw lesser than what you invest. It's a very pure bank relationship. If you are struggling in your life with a relationship, a very simple 5-step formula, which I would say, first, define your problems. Being a psychologist, being a marriage counselor, I come across issues every day. And last night when I was discussing with someone, it was such a painful story. When you lose trust on the people you love, when you feel you're betrayed, then what helps is first define the problem and then gather enough information about it. And third step is brainstorm the various options. Sometimes when we are agitated, when our self-emotions are not managed, our decisions can go grossly wrong. So brainstorm the available options and then evaluate the potential solution. Once you are able to do that with the peace of mind, then only choose and implement the best option. It's a very simple 5-step formula. Friends, relationships are very significant. And believe it, we make the community. We make the world. Today's topic is very relevant in this era. Things are changing, things are different. But let me tell you, there are hundreds of positive things which we still can count on. Every change is uncomforting. If you change the mattress of your bed, you have a sleepless night. So such a small change can bring so this change is not a change of one person. It is not a change of one country. It's not a change for one community, but it's a world over change. And we all are dealing with it. But let me tell you, it is inward. It is not external. If you are able to deal with the part, if there is one table, how heavy the table is, there is no concept like this. If you can lift it, it's good enough. It's not heavy for you. And if you can't lift it, it is very heavy for you. So the power within will declare. It is such a relative component. If you are strong enough, if you have resilience within, whatever the external turmoil is, you are in the position to deal with it. I've tried my best. I very strongly believe that the yesterday is a history and tomorrow is a mystery. So come on, let us enjoy present. And that is why we call it a present, because that's God's gift to us. Thank you very much for being with me.
Looking for innovative ways to develop your child's overall personality and academic skills? Eduscan offers 2 online courses designed by renowned psychologist Dr. Alka Kalra. Leadership training focuses on personality development through modules like public speaking, 7 habits of highly successful children, creative thinking, etc. Progressive academic training focuses on smart academic techniques through modules like linguistic skills, cognitive development, handwriting improvement, and more. Both courses also include memory training, mindfulness, arts and crafts, and more. Priced at only 333 dirhams or $92 per week. From December 13th to January 2nd. Limited 10% early bird discount. Register now at www.eduscangroup.com.